days passed, Raya found herself immersed in the preparations for her departure to Russia. The scholarship process demanded her full attention, leaving her little time to dwell on her emotions, though they were always lingering beneath the surface. Despite the excitement and anticipation that should have accompanied such a significant opportunity, Raya couldn't shake the heaviness in her heart. Her thoughts constantly drifted back to Elvin, the man who had been at the center of her world. Finally, the day was fast approaching when Raya would have to leave. With only 2 days left before her flight, the reality of her situation hit her harder than ever. She had managed to keep herself occupied with the logistics of her move, but now, as the countdown began, her thoughts turned to Elvin once more. She knew she couldn't leave without seeing him, without at least trying to say goodbye. Whatever had happened between them, whatever misunderstandings or unspoken feelings existed, she couldn't just walk away without a word. Raya knew that much of what she had achieved was because of Elvin. Even though things were uncertain and painful, she still held on to a small hope that there might be something left between them worth fighting for. She struggled with how to reach out to him. She loved him deeply, but understood that love couldn't be forced. If Elvin wasn't ready, she couldn't make him be. But leaving without seeing him felt impossible. She owed him so much, and more than anything, she wanted to see his face, to look into his eyes one last time before she left. Raya, after much contemplation, decided to send Elvin a text, asking if they could meet that evening. She didn't elaborate, just a simple request to see him. When Elvin saw the message, he couldn't bring himself to refuse. Despite the confusion and distance that had grown between them, something in her words pulled at him. He hadn't realized Raya would be leaving so soon. He assumed they still had time to figure things out. They agreed to meet at a quiet cafe they used to visit together, a place filled with memories of simpler, happier times. As Elvin arrived and saw Raya waiting for him, his heart ached. Seeing her after those few days apart, he was struck by just how much she meant to him, how deep his feelings ran. The thought of losing her, of her being so far away, suddenly became too real. When Raya gently revealed that she was leaving the day after tomorrow, Elvin was shocked. He hadn't expected this. He thought there would be more time to sort through everything, to make sense of his feelings. But now, faced with the reality of her departure, he realized just how much he couldn't bear the thought of her being gone. Elvin sat in stunned silence, the weight of Raya's words settling in. She was leaving in just 2 days. Time was slipping through his fingers. He looked at her, seeing the determination in her eyes, but also the pain she was trying to hide. This was as hard for her as it was for him. Elvin felt a surge of desperation. He had been so focused on trying to figure out his next move that he hadn't realized how much he stood to lose.
I don't want you to go.
He finally whispered, his voice raw with emotion. Raya's eyes softened, but she shook her head gently.
My garden friend.
I have to, Elvin. This is my dream, my chance. But that doesn't mean I wanted things to end like this between us.
Her words were steady, but the sadness was unmistakable.
You help me we stand, but will I be
Elvin reached across the table, taking her hand in his.
Then let's not end it. Let's find a way to make this work. I can't lose you, Raya. Not like this.
will I be okay?
The sincerity in his voice made Raya's heart ache. She had hoped for this, but now that it was happening, the uncertainty of their future loomed large. Could they really overcome the distance and the complications that had come between them?
Keep your eyes on
Before they parted, Elvin gently kissed Raya, a tender moment filled with unspoken emotions. He promised to take her to the airport, reassuring her that he would be by her side until the very last moment. Thank you for following the journey of Elvin and Raya in this emotional chapter, Unspoken Goodbyes. As they face the uncertainties of their relationship, their love is tested like never before. Stay tuned to see how their story unfolds in the next chapter. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more heartfelt moments.